In 1903, the Secretary of State for the British colonies signed a document that authorized the survey of mineral deposits in southern Nigeria, which covered a region along the coasts of Lagos, Ogun, and Ondo states, known as the Dahomey Basin. This authorization led to one of the greatest treasure hunts in the history of Nigeria. The Dahomey Basin story is a story with 3 surprises. The first surprise happened a while ago. The second is happening as you're watching this. And the third is yet to manifest. The Dahomey Basin is a region that many geologists have always believed would hold vast amounts of resources. So once that authorization was given, a number of big oil companies attempted to explore the Dahomey Basin. But one by one, they all failed.
With every business venture, there will always be a level of risk. But the question is, do you believe in the opportunity?
Like any business, some people want to eat their cake before it is done. You tell the market you are going to drill 3 more wells, and you drill the second well, it's a dud well. You drill the third well, it's a dud well. Some people's money is gone.
One of the investors that we know of, successfully conducted a drilling campaign and encountered a lot of gas, more gas than fluids. Others, in terms of studies, were not satisfied with the numbers and not convinced enough to progress and go beyond studies to actual drilling campaign.
I think what the other companies did not do was to think differently, was to apply the concepts which are consistent with the data in front of them, and also the ability to follow their vision.
By the year 2013, many had given up on ever exploring the basin, with the exception of Folawiyo Petroleum, which showed some success in their exploration campaign. In the meantime, a little-known company was founded in December 2010 with the idea that Nigeria's resources were underexplored. The company quietly commissioned a study of the Dahomey Basin to support that idea. The results of this study led to a series of actions that manifested the second surprise. Sometime in 2013, the news broke out that an oil company successfully completed an IPO on the London Stock Exchange, raising $50 million, and was investing it all in the exploration of the OPL 310, a Dahomey Basin oil block. There was speculation that one of the big international companies must be finally taking the risk. So you can imagine the shock when it emerged that this investment was being led by a little-known Nigerian company and some partners. Within a short period, the most popular question in the oil industry was, who is Lekoil and where did they come from?
Lekoil was founded by Lekoil. His vision was born from his experience as an engineer and as a portfolio manager at a large investment bank.
I had this map with all the thumbtacks where you had rigs in Namibia, Equatorial Guinea, Niger Delta, and Ghana and Angola. So everything just lined up and there was a gap. And I asked our technical director, Sam, I said, why is there a gap here? And then we started looking more into that basin. And that's what led us to do a basin study, which subsequently led to the discovery. Our logo has a cheetah in it. So we really modeled the company after the cheetah. We move very, very fast. But then you move fast, you consolidate. Now we've consolidated for a while, just strengthening the company, and we're getting ready to make the next big push.
The motto of Lekoil is pretty simple. Be fast, be nimble, be very focused, use technology at your disposal.
Lekoil is a place where all the employees are driven towards one certain goal, which is to ensure that we become one of the most successful E&P companies in Africa.
Lekoil turned out to be the most unexpected player who scored the most important discovery in that basin to date. The Ogo field in the OPL 310 block with about 1 billion barrels in resources. In addition to that, Lekoil also acquired OPL 325 in the same basin, which is projected to be 5 times bigger than OPL 310. And now that the Dahomey Basin assets have been acquired, there are some who have doubts about what is going to happen next. And this is where the third surprise will come in. The 2 Dahomey Basin blocks acquired by Lekoil are conservatively projected to have resources in volumes of up to 5.7 billion barrels, with an estimated 2 billion barrels recoverable based on analogs. This is a huge treasure chest, most especially with gas opportunities that will benefit not only Lekoil, but also Lagos State and its environs in terms of power and other energy initiatives. So one would be apt to ask if Lekoil has the capacity to handle such volumes and what their plans are going forward.
The whole business of oil and gas exploration is to identify potential that can lead to economic growth. The gas resources that has been discovered in the Dahomey Basin and can power the entire Lagos and southwestern states of Nigeria.
Imagine what it would do for our personal lives. Imagine the ability to touch so many people or to improve life and industry. I don't think there's anybody that would not benefit from our production in the Dahomey Basin.
Lekoil is just getting started. We're embarking on a new phase of growth. There's more that Lekoil has to offer the world. And I think it'll be a nice surprise to see how far we've come, where we've come from, and evidently how far we intend to go.
In the words of Mandela, a good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. Lekoil has demonstrated its technical capacity beyond any doubts, and their humanitarian contributions to several communities are a proof that their heart is in the right place. It is indeed a bright future for the oil industry, Nigeria and Africa, with companies like Lekoil leading the way.